Good morning and welcome to Clapham Junction Station on the south side of London, England, where I'm getting ready to catch the next train down to London's Gatwick Airport. Today, I'll be flying on Norwegian's Boeing 737-800 down to Alicante, Spain. It's 8 a.m. here and my day started about an hour ago at my hotel near Kensington. I caught the train from there to Clapham Junction and now down to Gatwick. Gatwick is located approximately 45 kilometers south of the City of London, or a roughly 30-minute train ride. Compared to the other London airports that are available, such as Heathrow and London City, Gatwick certainly isn't the easiest to get to. However, it serves as the home to many low-cost and leisure carriers such as EasyJet and Norwegian. Because of that, it's very popular among holiday-goers. Stepping off the train here at Gatwick, I'm making my way to the South Terminal, which is home to Norwegian. Gatwick is divided into two terminals, North and South. The South Terminal is also home to Ryanair, Vueling, British Airways, amongst several others, including Norwegian, while the North Terminal is home to EasyJet, WestJet, Virgin Atlantic, and others. The train station is conveniently connected to the South Terminal, meaning less than a 5-minute walk from the train to the check-in area. For those accessing the North Terminal, an automated people mover connects both terminals with a 2 to 3 minute journey time between them. Check-in for Norwegian Airlines is at zones K or F, with rows of self-serve kiosks for travelers to check themselves in, and a counter for dropping off checked luggage. At the kiosk, I'll just be printing my boarding pass as I don't have any checked baggage for today's flight. It's 8:39 a.m. now, and boarding for my flight is due to start at 9:25, with departure scheduled for 10:15. With my boarding pass in hand, I'm now headed to the security checkpoint. Norwegian has a large base at Gatwick, so their check-in area is fairly large. They serve many routes to popular European sun destinations, and pre-pandemic they served some long-haul international routes as well. Up on the departures level now, the first door on my left is for family security screening or for those requiring extra assistance, with the entrance to the main security area further down the hall. The entrance to the security checkpoint has lots of tables for opening and preparing your items for screening prior to joining the actual screening line. This is nice because it gives people an opportunity to stop and prepare themselves so they don't have to do so once they're already at the security counter. After about a 15-minute screening process, I'm through and on my way to the gate. First though, the obligatory fast walk through the World Duty-Free area, as is common in most European airports. Rolling out of duty-free, I'm going to check the flight departures board first to figure out what gate I need to go to, as one wasn't assigned when I was checking in earlier. Looking at the board, I see that the gate for my flight still isn't assigned and won't be until 9:25 a.m., which is also our supposed boarding time. To me, this is a strange system and it feels like they're cutting it a bit close, but I guess we'll just have to go with it. This central area immediately after the duty-free hall is filled with shops around the perimeter, and more shops and a currency exchange in the center. The piers for the gates branch off from the sides of this area. Since I still don't know which gate to head towards, I'll take a stroll around here and see what I find. So far in my experience at Gatwick, this is the most modern or updated area of the terminal that I've seen. I found the pre-security areas to be quite bland and outdated, with nothing very exciting to see there. In terms of seating, there are rows of seats down the center of the hallway, which are pretty much filled to capacity as other travelers wait to see what gate their flight is departing from. I'm still not convinced of this last-minute gate assignment system, but I guess in the eyes of the airport it keeps people near the stores and spending money, which I can only assume is part of the reasoning behind it. It's 9:03 a.m. now, and I'm going to take my chances and head down the pier containing gates 10 through 95, which is where the majority of the gates in this terminal are located. Reaching the dreaded fork in the road, I feel like I'm reading one of those books where you pick the ending, only that if I pick wrong, I'll be doing a lot more walking than was necessary. The gate areas in this terminal are secure, meaning that you have to pass through a checkpoint to enter them, and that they only open at a specific time before the flight. Here near Gate 23, I found an area that resembles a typical airport with some rows of seating and also high tables with power outlets for working or eating. And if nothing else, at least I found a Costa to park myself at until boarding time. There is free Wi-Fi available in the terminal, though I didn't have a chance to test it out on this trip. I've settled in here near the windows, and seeing the tail of a Norwegian 737 in the left of the frame makes me think that I might possibly be in the right place. 9:25 a.m. rolled around while sipping on my coffee, and it's now 9:31, and we've been granted an assignment to Gate 12, so I'll be working my way back down the concourse, but not too far. At the gate, there's a long line already to enter the boarding area, but it looks like we'll be heading straight onto the aircraft. Another downside of this delayed gate assignment strategy is the long lines that form and block the corridor, limiting the movement of other travelers trying to pass by. The process here is a quick documents check and possibly a carry-on baggage check before heading into the gate area and towards the jet bridge. I spent my time in line worrying about the carry-on weight limit and fearing being charged extra. For the fare I purchased, which was the low fare at the bottom of Norwegian's fare structure, typically only a small personal article for under-seat storage is included, with a maximum weight of 10 kilograms. I purchased the priority boarding package for my flight, which included an additional carry-on bag for overhead bin storage, but the combined weight of both the personal article and carry-on bag was still limited at 10 kilograms. If I'm being honest, the two bags together were probably closer to 15 kilograms, but thankfully they didn't weigh them, and after scanning our boarding passes, we were free to go. While we make our way onto the aircraft, let's talk money. For the base ticket for this flight, I paid £30 with add-on packages for the priority boarding at £7 and the seat selection at £16. The seat I selected is considered a front of cabin seat in row 5, but we'll get into that later. So when all is said and done, the total cost of my journey down to Alicante comes out to £53, or roughly 90 Canadian dollars at current conversion rates. Not bad if I do say so myself. The cabin on this aircraft has a 3x3 seating configuration with a total of 31 rows. As I mentioned, I'll be seated in row 5 for today's flight as I selected seat 5A, the window seat on the left side of the aircraft. Looking at the seat, the surfaces are thin with a leather covering and no padded headrest. On the seat back in front is a netted pouch near the bottom for storing items, a tray table that folds out, and a reading material pocket near the top. The legroom is quite plentiful for a low-cost carrier, which was a nice surprise. I'm 5'10" and had lots of extra room to stretch out. There is also lots of space under the seat in front to store my bag. In terms of the seating layout on Norwegian's 737-800s, the aircraft are in an all-economy configuration and divided into 5 seat pricing areas. Row 1 is the front row, rows 2 through 6 are considered front of cabin seating, rows 7 through 13 are standard seating, rows 14 through 16 are considered extra legroom, and rows 17 through 31 are additional standard seating. It appears this aircraft is equipped with Boeing's new Sky interior, which is designed to provide a feeling of spaciousness with LED lighting and sculpted sidewalls. The overhead bins were also designed to be larger to accommodate more luggage. From my front of cabin seat here in row 5, I have a great view ahead of the wing and of the engine.
1 hour and 50 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this announcement concerning devices.
15 minutes after having sat down, the jet bridge is retracting and we're ready to push back from the gate. Expected flight time down to Alicante this morning is 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Position. Hold your tray table away and fasten your seatbelt. The seatbelt must be worn whenever.
We're moving. We're just rocking it. It's moving.
That version, that one that's got the 2 upstairs on side called Disney Star Wars. But it's not
We're going to
on
After the safety demonstration was completed and the engines had started up, we joined the queue for departure from Gatwick's longer main runway, runway 26 left. The line for departures is fairly long this morning, and we're expected to be airborne in roughly 20 minutes.
Make sure that we arrive on time. In Alicante weather is good. Still have mild little bit turbulence over Spain because weather's changing there a little bit. However, weather's good today.
After departure, we began our turn to the left to begin our track south towards Spain. Climbing high over the English Channel now and headed towards continental Europe, the fasten seatbelt signs are off and the cabin crew are making their way through the cabin with food and beverage items for purchase. Norwegian doesn't offer any complimentary food or snack items, which is all part of the low-cost airline experience. Looking again at the seat area, we see that the tray table that folds out is a good size and is mounted on rails such that it can slide and be adjusted. Exploring the provided reading materials, first we have the safety information card for both the Boeing 737-800 and the 737-8 MAX. Next up, we have an air sickness bag provided and the Norwegian in-flight magazine, for which the cover feature on this edition is coincidentally Spain. In the magazine are various articles and also helpful information like how to connect to the onboard Wi-Fi and the different packages available. There's also a menu for the in-flight food purchases and sections in the magazine with information about the airline, their fleet, and their history. There's a good amount of space in the seat to work with a large laptop without it feeling too cramped. Exploring the different connectivity options, Norwegian offers 3 packages for Wi-Fi use. To connect, you join the Wi-Fi network and go to wifi.norwegian.com. The packages that are available are Surf, Social Plus Surf, and Stream Plus Surf. The basic Surf package is free and allows the user to access web browsing, email, and text messaging along with Norwegian's library of in-flight entertainment content. After being directed to the launch page, you can click through to access the in-flight map, destination weather, and details about Norwegian's products and services. In terms of entertainment content, there are audiobooks, movies, TV series, and a kids content section. The audiobooks, TV series, and kids section are free to access and view, but there's a rental fee of €5 for movies. Since there are no seatback entertainment screens at any seat on this aircraft, the personal device entertainment available through the onboard Wi-Fi is the only source of content. Looking at the two other Wi-Fi access packages, they offer a wider range of web browsing content for viewing and faster network speeds, with the Social Plus Surf package priced at €5 and the Stream Plus Surf package at €12. After registering, you'll receive a green connected symbol and you're good to go. On the panel above the seat are personal air conditioning vents and personal reading lights with buttons to operate them located on the panel as well. The windows on this aircraft are fairly large with the usual pull-down style window shades. We're on descent towards Alicante now, with touchdown expected in approximately 30 minutes. Our flight path takes us down the eastern or Mediterranean coast of Spain, passing over the city of Valencia.
Larger devices including laptops must be switched off and stored in your hand baggage for landing. We'd like to remind you that in the event of an evacuation you must leave all hand baggage behind. Please review the important information contained on the safety card, which you will find in the seat pocket.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alicante Airport. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the air clear from all baggage until the aircraft has come to complete stop and the fastened seatbelt sign has been switched off.
After touching down on runway 28 here in Alicante, we taxied over to gate 33. baggage claim for my flight will be on belt number 7 today, but before that, passengers have to go through a passport control checkpoint to enter Spain. The airport's fairly quiet today, so there wasn't really a line for this, and it was a quick and smooth process. After clearing passport control, I'll head down through the baggage hall and out towards the exit. Alicante Airport is located approximately 10 kilometers southwest of the city center, and there's a city bus service that runs from the airport to downtown at regular frequency. The single ticket fare is €3.85, with the service running 24 hours a day, every 20 minutes during the daytime, and every 60 minutes between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button below. Now, for some final thoughts on today's trip, I was genuinely impressed with Norwegian as a whole. Having not flown many European low-cost carriers in the past, my expectations were quite low. I was impressed by the free Wi-Fi and spacious seat, and the lack of complimentary in-flight service was expected, so no harm done there. For some comments on Gatwick Airport in general, from an accessibility perspective, it leaves much to be desired when compared with Heathrow, which I tend to use more commonly for my travels to the UK. Aside from that, it was a pleasant, pocket-friendly journey, and I'm now ready to enjoy the sun here in Spain.